Alright, hey, what's up everybody? This is probably one of the first videos I'm doing of spring. Spring has sprung. The buds are coming out. I'm getting some boat work done, and I've been de-winterizing my boat motor over the last couple of days. And yeah, it's going actually pretty good. Fairly smooth, other than I did lose, and I can't say lose, but I misplaced some hose clamps. These guys, I need some big hose clamps. Now these are for up here on my exhaust manifolds. So exhaust comes out of the engine, comes up, and it gets mixed with the water up here. Well, actually it gets mixed with the water in this bend here as it goes down and out of the boat. I did have to put, there's gaskets that are in between here. These 4 bolts come out, this piece pops off, this piece pops off. There's a gasket that's in there. I had to replace that. There was these 2 plugs on the other side. There's a plug that's in the bottom of this exhaust manifold underneath, and then there's a plug on each side of the engine block. I got all those plugs put in. So I did that the other day, but then I ran out of hose clamps for the exhaust manifold. I don't know. They're either somewhere in the boat. I'll find them. It'll be like a Christmas present to myself later. And I'll be like, oh, I was looking for these at one point. But yeah, these little 4.5 inch hose clamps. And I got off easy at AutoZone. They charged me $6 for, it was like 6 something for I don't know. I got these packages, and there was 3 in a pack. I don't know if 2.5 inch to 4.5 inch. Yes, I guess it's 4.5 inch hose clamp. I thought it was 5 inch, but whatever's clever. Anyways, so I'm putting those on, and then one other thing that I'm doing is I have a wire. So here's my fuel pump. So I have the fuel pump wired down. There's a it says don't push down there. I don't know if you can see that, but that's my fuel pump turn-on button. And so what I want to do is I want to put that turn-on button and wire that thing up into the front of the boat, so then I don't have to lift up this hatch every time I shut the motor down or try to turn it on. I could just flip a switch, engine fuel pump turns on, I can hit the key and ride and go. That'll be much more convenient, because yeah, I'm not having fun with the whole lift this hatch up, because where the engine is, I gotta lift this hatch up, take the other piece of wood out, figure out where, you know, it's just a pain in the ass. So I figured I'd make life just a smidge easier for myself. So then all I gotta do is flip a switch, start the key, and that'll be that. And then whenever I get into, and I figure that this will also help save on gas when I'm going through different locks, because when I get through, when I pull into a lock, instead of sitting there with the engine blah 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 blah, blah just fucking running for 30 minutes while I'm waiting to go up and down inside the lock, I can shut it off and save all that gas. I mean, I could do that before, but I gotta lift this hatch up, flip the hatch up, climb down inside of here, flip that switch, jump back up here, shut that off, and then when I want to start the motor, back at it again. Jump down in here, turn that back on, hit the ignition, start the motor up, and then put the hatch back down, and then that little piece of wood goes up on top of it. Yeah, it's a big ass headache, so I figured, you know what, I'm just running a wire all the way straight to the helm, and then I just flip a switch, start it up. And then, yeah, just go. I was looking at my my hour meter. I got exactly 70 hours on this engine. Exactly 70. Well, I think. What did it say? 70 hours and 6/7. I don't know if you saw that or not, but yeah, 70 hours and 6/7. Well, I don't know what the hell a 6/7 of an hour is. I don't know. It's probably like 53 minutes or some shit. I don't know. Just take a wild stab at it. Somebody let me know what 6/7 of an hour is. So, yeah, well, so then yesterday I drilled a hole out. I was praying that I didn't drill a hole through the hull of the boat and go on the outside of the boat, but I was like, yeah, so I got a hole over there that I can run the wire through. So that's gonna be my my objective today. And I'm debating on if I should leave that on-off switch down there as kind of like a kill switch almost, because if you don't know that's down there, like I could turn that on, and then I could turn on the fuel pump from the helm. And almost kind of like a kill switch, if that makes sense. So I could use it as a kill switch, because if you ain't got no fuel going to the carb, that motor ain't gonna run. So nobody can steal my boat, technically. I mean, it's kind of like a kill switch, I guess. Yeah, because I mean, if you can't. It's not that you can't sit there and start. I mean, that kind of makes sense, because like it would actually, it would get somebody, if they were dumb enough to try to steal the boat, it would get them off the dock, and then it would strand them out in the water, because they'd only be able to run it for, I don't know, 3 minutes maybe. So you got about 3 minutes of running before you run out of gas. I don't even think you'd have 3 minutes. You'd probably get like 50 seconds. But I don't know. I never really timed it. But then again, I don't want to run my brand new engine out of fuel. I don't know. Decisions. It is also another thing to go wrong. You know, I could get water in there, or moisture, or whatever, I don't know. And then, see, I'm still in fresh water up on the Ohio. So I got to think about whenever I get down into like Louisiana, where there's salt water. You know, is that just gonna chew up them wires? I don't know. This is all a learning curve for me. as you know, as I've been doing this shit for 5 years and working on this damn boat. It's all just been one big learning curve. I mean, shit, I didn't even know how to drive this thing whenever I bought it. But here I am. It's all brand new. It's just the other thing I gotta make a mental note too is I gotta clean this thing. It's got all kind of gunk and shit in it. That's probably gonna be a gas mileage saver, I'd say, once I clean that thing out. It's kind of like a air filter, but it's not an air filter. It's a and it's like a flash suppressor. I don't know what the fuck they call it. Something. Spark arrestor. I don't. Power steering. Servo string. Direction. Assisty. Direction. Yeah, there's a name for it. It's just to keep the flames inside the motor in case it goes poof poof and the engine decides to go poof, and then you got all these fumes inside of here. And then if you don't have one of those down there sucking the fumes out, you can get the poof poof and kablooey, and your boat goes up in one big fireball because you blew it up, because you got all these fumes inside the engine compartment. You don't turn that thing on, and when you don't turn that thing on, suck all them fumes out, you got yourself a little bomb. And wait, don't say that to anybody, because yeah. There's a lot of people that blow up their motors because they don't, or blow up their boats because they don't turn that thingy on, or they forget, and they just go wow wow wow, kaboom, and all of a sudden kablooey. Your whole boat turns into fucking I don't know, scrap. Pretty much after that. Yeah, because it'll kabloom. Anyways, yeah, don't want to do that. But I got the fan that's wired up there, so I just hit the switch and sucks everything out. I hit the other one, turn the fuel pump on, hit the ignition, start it up, and go. Sounds like a fantastic idea. I'm gonna save myself, and I got the hiccups right now. Was eating some pizza, but yeah. So that is going to be on the agenda today, and yeah. I'm not gonna bore you with videotaping me doing it. I'm just gonna do it and get it done. But I got hose clamps to put on. I put aviation gasket sealant on all them little rubber boots going down into my exhaust. So that should seal that up from getting any kind of water inside the boat. Other than that, I shouldn't have any issues for springtime. As soon as I drop this thing in the water, it should be ready to go. And yeah, I just don't need to do some dumb shit like hitting a key and trying to crank it over, and then as soon as I crank it over, it'd tear up the impeller in there. So I don't want to do that, because that thing needs water in it. So I mean, I could remove that and start the engine up. That's a possibility. I mean, I don't know if I want to remove the impeller. I mean, it's only 3 bolts, but and then that's on the out drive on the very back of the boat. Like, it's wait, this is so hard to, yeah, it's out there on the other side where the propeller's at. There's like 3 bolts. Take that off, impeller pulls out. Actually, there's 3 bolts that hold that impeller in, and there's like a plastic cup that goes over top of it. I do always carry a spare inside the boat, just in case I'm out on the water and that thing happens to take a dump on me or get something stuck in it, burn it up, whatever. I always carry an extra. What else? I always carry extra. I have 2 extra fuel pumps. So one is, the one that I have is, I marked on it sketchy. It's kind of sketchy because when I was pulling out of the lock up in Pennsylvania and I blew up that fuel pump inside the lock, that was because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I left the fuel pump on and turned the motor off, and then the fuel pump just kept running and running and running, but there's no fuel going through it. So if there's no fuel running through it, then it heats up and burns up. And that's what I did to it. But it's in there. I don't know if it works or not. It may not. I kept it anyways and just wrote sketchy on it. And I figured maybe, but I do have a brand new one too. So I figured, worst comes to worst, I run into a bad situation, maybe that broke down fuel pump might get me out of a bad situation. So I don't know. I'm just doing it. So yeah, this is my first video of the year, and I figured I'd give an update on everything that's happening. Spring has sprung, and here I am trying to get it done. And I still have the bow of it that I need to fix, the fiberglass and stuff. But that's gonna take a couple days. That's not gonna be so bad. I do need to find a piece of wood. I did cut some of this stuff in case I didn't find. I cut a strip out. I needed like 22 inches by 3 inches, and I figured I cut a couple strips of that out. I could use that as on the inside, but what I was trying to do was find somebody that had a piece of hardwood, like a piece of oak or locust or something like that, because those hardwoods are really good for boat building. I wanted to do a chunk of that, but if I can't find that, I'm just gonna use plywood. I mean, yeah, that's the only other thing I can do. Not really worried about it. It's just I'd rather use the whole time that I built this boat. I spent there was no expense spared whenever I was building this thing. So I mean, I don't really want to start half-assing things now. It's not my MO. I don't like half-assing things. I'd rather do it right the first time and know that it's solid, just like I get everything else, and everything else runs like a dream, as it should. And that's the reason why I built it that way. But anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna cut it off here, and thanks for watching. I guess I just wanted to give y'all an update, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.